That lump in your throat, the feeling of being trapped in a maze of emotions, has been with you for days, weeks, maybe months. You feel overwhelmed, as if you are carrying the weight of the world on your back, and the prospect of finding a way out seems more and more distant. Maybe you're struggling with guilt, insecurity, fear of failure, or the weight of a painful past. Perhaps you are facing a significant change in life, a new job, a divorce, the departure of a loved one. Regardless of the source, that feeling of being lost, of not knowing how to move on, is something many of us have experienced. But what differentiates this journey, this particular struggle, is the way you relate to it. You do not sink into hopelessness, nor do you seek quick and superficial solutions. Instead, you turn inward, seeking the wisdom that dwells in your own heart, listening to the subtlest voices and the most important messages that are addressed to you. This journey that begins now is not about finding ready-made answers, but about unveiling a personal path, of exploring an unexplored territory within oneself. It will be a journey of self-discovery, confronting your fears and redefining your own limits. You will be faced with guarded memories, with hidden scars, with inner strength that you did not even imagine you had. Imagine for a moment your hands entwined with those of someone who deeply understands you, someone who welcomes you without judgment, someone who encourages you to dive into the depths of your being in search of light, to find a new perspective. This figure, whether real or symbolic, will be your compass on this inner journey, your guiding light through the labyrinth. And this journey will not be easy, but it will be rewarding. Because every step forward, every understanding achieved, will be a personal victory, a step towards healing and acceptance. Prepare to hear the whispers of your emotions, to feel the warmth of your own heart, and to unravel the mysteries that await you on this journey into yourself. In this introspective dive, a crucial aspect reveals itself: the importance of resilience. Imagine a river winding through valleys and mountains, always flowing, even in the face of obstacles. So it is the inner strength that drives us to overcome challenges, to get up after falls, and to persist in the pursuit of our goals. It is not about ignoring difficulties, but rather about learning to deal with them constructively, finding strategies to overcome the challenges that arise along the way. With every word of this video, a powerful vibration is activated within you, aligning your soul with true love and happiness that seems so far away. That energy is here now, waiting to completely envelop you. But beware, it is only complete if you stay until the end. If you break the connection, what was forming can fall apart, bringing in its place more doubts, blocks, and a seemingly endless cycle of loneliness. Do not allow yourself to be the very barrier to what you so desire. Stay, receive, and be reborn to love. Considering that life often presents us with unusual situations, learning to deal with the unexpected also becomes fundamental. A brilliant musician, for example, may have his dream thwarted by a sudden injury. Such a situation at first may seem devastating. However, the ability to reevaluate goals, identify new skills, and seek support demonstrates admirable resilience. It is in this adaptation that lies the key to moving forward with vigor and determination. Another vital layer of this process lies in the cultivation of empathy, understanding the nuances of others. Emotions, putting ourselves in the other's shoes, enables us to deal with conflicts and build more meaningful relationships. By developing this skill, we become better able to embrace differences, understand different perspectives, and foster an environment of mutual respect. In this sense, active listening and the genuine search for the understanding of the other is the foundation for healthy and productive relationships. And in a broader context, how does this resilience manifest itself in the professional journey? Imagine an entrepreneur facing the failure of a business. The immediate reaction may be hopelessness, but perseverance lies in the ability to analyze what went wrong, to reinvent oneself, to seek new opportunities. This ability to overcome professional adversities without giving up values and convictions demonstrates considerable inner strength. You're about to experience a spiritual connection that can transform your love destiny forever. This message was sent directly to you, a woman who feels lost, aimless, waiting for true change. But this force manifests itself in full only if you allow yourself to be present to the end. If you leave before, in addition to losing this energy, you risk attracting a greater block. That feeling of bad luck that insists on accompanying you, oscillating your hope and delaying your encounter with love. Don't sabotage yourself now. Stand firm, because the best is yet to come. Finally, a crucial element for building resilience is the continuous search for self-knowledge. This process is not limited to superficial knowledge. It requires a deep dive into our own beliefs, into our desires, into our limitations. By understanding our weaknesses and our strengths, we become better equipped to deal with life's challenges, improving our self-esteem and self-confidence. How to navigate the stormy seas without knowing the brewers of our own vessel. In addition to resilience, the ability to learn from mistakes and adverse experiences is a fundamental skill for the journey of personal growth. Imagine a plant that, when faced with rough terrain, develops deeper and more resistant roots to support itself. This ability to adapt, to draw valuable lessons from obstacles, is the key to continued progress. In this sense, failures are not insurmountable obstacles, but rather disguised opportunities to learn and evolve. An artist who sees a painting rejected in a competition does not give up, and instead analyzes the negative points and improves himself. Considering that life rarely follows a linear and predictable course, learning to deal with uncertainty becomes an undeniable necessity. Society often bombards us with preconceived expectations, shaping our dreams into pre-established patterns. However, unraveling the unknown, embracing spontaneity and the unforeseen can lead to unimaginable paths and unforgettable experiences. A young person who ventures on a solo trip, for example, faces unexpected situations, but is able to reinvent himself, adapting to each challenge with creativity and insight. Now consider how this applies when you face sudden changes in your career. A professional who finds himself disconnected from his prominent position for an unusual reason may think that the world has collapsed. However, the ability to recognize the intrinsic value of learning in different and unaccustomed experiences and the willingness to reinvent oneself opens up countless opportunities. This new perspective can propel you to explore entirely different career paths, leading to even more satisfying results in the future. Another crucial dimension is the art of forgiveness. Forgiving is not limited to releasing those who have hurt us, but mainly to releasing ourselves from the weight of anger, bitterness, guilt. Letting go of the need to recriminate, to seek revenge, or to relive pain creates space for healing and inner harmony. A broken relationship, for example, can be painful, but choosing to let go of the grudge releases vital energy to build healthier relationships in the future. The ability to forgive, both yourself and others, is a source of inner peace and a catalyst for personal advancement. There are times in life when everything changes in an instant, and this is one of them. This message is a portal to the love and fulfillment you dream of so much. But to cross it, it takes courage and presence. If you leave before you hear everything, that portal closes, and the universe withdraws the blessing that was about to arrive. More than that, the void left by that decision can make room for the fear, doubt, and bad luck that insist on holding you captive. Choose to stay. Choose to live this transformation that is already within your reach. In parallel with this, the cultivation of gratitude becomes vital. Recognizing and appreciating the positive aspects of life, however minor, creates a virtuous cycle of positivity. Cultivating gratitude is about focusing on the positives rather than just focusing on the negatives. A student who recognizes the help of a colleague, for example, shows gratitude and builds a positive mood around himself. Giving thanks for small things, for seemingly insignificant moments, can transform our perspective and strengthen us to face subsequent challenges. Gratitude in this way is a potent antidote to negativity and pessimism. Finally, the ability to learn from one's own failures and different experiences is key to personal growth. Dealing with uncertainty, forgiving imperfections, and cultivating gratitude are key pillars for a fulfilling journey. By incorporating these aspects into your life, you will build a trajectory of resilience and personal progress. As we contemplate the myriad nuances we weave throughout this introspective journey, we realize how the different facets of resilience intertwine, forming a complex and intricate fabric. Just as the roots of a tree deepen in search of sustenance, our actions, our efforts, and our ability to adapt become pillars that support us in the midst of the storms of existence. We unravel, then, the complexity of the challenges that confront us, realizing that overcoming lies not in denying adversity, but in channeling our inner strength to find creative solutions. The convergence of ideas presented leads us to the understanding that life, in its essence, is a constant stream of transformations, a river in perpetual motion. And just as the river finds new shores and shapes its course in unsuspected ways, our trajectory evolves, shaped by choices and experiences in a process of constant transformation. This reflection deepens the understanding that the path is not limited to a predetermined destination, but to a continuous process of learning and adaptation, a dance between intention and the unforeseen. The lessons absorbed from our mistakes, like precious grains that accumulate in a chest, turn into invaluable lessons, which wisely direct us in the midst of the whirlwind of life. This leads us to the crucial conclusion that, ultimately, we are not mere spectators of this journey, but rather the protagonists of our own history, the architects of our own evolution. Perhaps you have heard a lot of promises, and nothing has changed. But this message is different. It is charged with a real and palpable spiritual force, made for you who feel stranded, forgotten by love. The secret to activating this force is simple: to stay here until the end, without leaving. If you leave, that energy disperses, and what was meant to lift you up can become a weight, leaving you even further away from what you want. Do not allow this opportunity to be lost for a moment of doubt or inattention. Your time is now. Notice now, with attention, how the ability to forgive ourselves and others is woven into the fabric of this process. Like threads that weave together to form a resilient fabric, empathy joins resilience, gratitude joins understanding. This intercrossing of forces reveals to us the intricate web that sustains our journey, like a carefully crafted labyrinth, which, when understood in its entirety, leads us to the exit, Notice how gratitude permeates the whole discussion as a unifying element, a subtle force that connects us to moments of pleasure and to every step we take towards fulfillment. It's like a lighthouse that guides our boat in the midst of storms, in moments of indecision, in inevitable mishaps. Realize, then, that we cannot achieve such levels of understanding, persistence, and resilience without this initial deep connection to the present moments. Now reflect on this traced path. Notice how the different nuances combine, imbuing it with a deep harmony and depth. Faced with this panorama, the journey itself becomes an eloquent testimony of our capacity for personal growth, and the conclusion, more than an endpoint, emerges as a bridge to a broader and deeper understanding of one's own self. This message has come to you because there is something hidden about to reveal itself. You are being prepared to receive luck, signs, and very clear answers. But it all starts with a choice. Trust. Comment, "I trust the Alto 777, and let this luck act for you." 7 is the number of divine revelation and light-guided change.